Yeah, but that's like nothing to that boy.
No,
Yeah, that's true. He throws that on a hand of blackjack from far away.
per hand. Literally.
Yeah, I was like, dude, not again, bro.
Please.
His mic was like kind of off one of these episodes.
We never addressed that, by the way. We should probably say something. We had an episode come out with Brian, our Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
We had a little technical difficulties with the microphones. Something happened with my mic. We have no idea what happened, but we apologize for the audio on that one because it was a little sketchy. So we appreciate y'all, bearing with us on that one.
Yeah,
So.
but just angle his a little closer. Just angle it. Just the tip. Just turn it. There we go. Dude, but when you're walking in, we were asking you if you're a college football fan. You said Florida. Boys
Florida State
FSU.
boy.
Yeah.
My God.
Florida
Did
State
you go
boy.
there?
No, hell
Okay,
no.
all right.
No,
That's
I didn't go to college.
That's
My dad,
always a
my dad
weird
went to
thing.
Florida
Did you
State.
go to Florida?
I didn't know, man. I had some family that went there, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, and then I never did.
I didn't do the whole college thing. I did culinary school, man, and it
Yeah.
was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I did my 12 grades, and that was it.
Yeah,
So
I
I didn't go to college.
I wish I could say I was a little snobby and say I went there, so I feel shitty for you guys. But no, I also didn't go to the school that I'm a fan of. So we're all like,
I'm like 90% of the people that are fans of
We're
college
like-
football schools
Yeah.
didn't go to that college.
we're like
you know what I mean?
stepchildren. We're
Yeah,
like, yeah,
that's
we
what it
like
is.
that place.
I was
fine.
I always crack up, man, at the diehard fans that are like, "Why we gotta get him this week, boys?" It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bro, you're sitting your ass on the couch.
What are you
What do
talking
mean?
about, bro?
Yeah.
They are playing. You
Yeah.
are watching.
I like to throw a little gasoline when I see another fellow fan, and I'm like, roll tide, just to see what they'll do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a tough. It's
Did
a
I
tough
bleed
scene.
red? What do you want me to do?
My brother
scene,
is
brother.
a Bama fan, so I
He's
understand.
got.
Dude.
You want to know the worst tattoo I think he
What?
has on
Oh
his
my
body?
God.
Let me see that wrist rig right there. It says family with the Alabama A.
Now, I got this with my buddy Spencer, and he got family with a Florida F.
That's kind of cool.
So it's like we
Okay.
have a matching tattoo, but also like college football fans. Hey,
I mean, I like
you
it.
got
I
a
like it.
FSU tattoo?
No.
Suck my dick.
No, because I didn't go to the school. All
right.
I'm not claiming their family.
My guy Spencer is my family, dog.
Yeah. That's
You know?
crazy.
That's fine, bro.
That's
said
crazy.
that's fine, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm a real fan. I rep, dog.
Okay.
I only have one tattoo.
Yeah.
That's it. I was talking to Johnny, man. I want to do my sleeves eventually. So
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll get like you guys. Well, partial sleeve.
Yeah,
A
well,
little bit. Got the half sleeve on.
yeah.
But
One day he'll
we were
connect
just
the two.
we were just getting into the college football playoff stuff going.
Oh,
on
dude.
because it's getting
Before we
crazy.
get there, the games this weekend were crazy. Me, Bama.
that, I don't know
How bad
how.
were you sweating?
Dude, honestly, it's like when I just recently bought NCAA 14 again on
Okay.
PS3.
Yeah.
And it's like the game is so much slower than you remember. Like you can hear the disc and the game moving. It's like
That's not good. I don't think it's supposed to do that.
so it's
Yeah.
like you're like you'll start the game off really good and then the CPU is like not so fast, dude. That's what it felt like. It felt like you were winning the game, not that we were doing really hot, but you're like clearly we're going to blow these people out. Then there was like 2 or 3 touchdowns that got called back and you're like, okay, but there's the proof that we're about to do it.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen, and then you're like, boys,
Wait a minute.
what are we doing?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, tighten up.
Wake up. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got a little
That was a
little dicey,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I know Alabama fans were sweating around the world. I mean, I was sweating for the Florida State game too, though. But
yeah.
now
I think everybody. I
I
think all
expected
Florida
you guys
State
to blow us
fans
out of
were.
water, though, man.
I think a lot of Florida State fans were
Yeah,
sweating
but
too with
what is his
Jordan.
name?
what
Not Jordan Travis.
Tate Rodemaker, our backup.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing was too is
Travis's leg.
in the fourth quarter when he got absolutely when Tate got absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're fucked. Because I was like concussion for sure, gonna be out for a
Yeah.
couple weeks. I was like, there goes Louisville. Like,
He took one playoff, didn't he?
yeah, it was either 1 or 2.
And then he like,
Yeah,
and
he
then
was like, no,
walked
I'm
up to the
good.
coach. He's like, I'm good, and the coach was like, you need to do this for us.
Yeah.
We need this.
Yeah.
We need to win.
But I should tell you what, the third string, Zach Glenn, I think was his name. He ended up getting like 9 yards on the one run that he had. So I was like, meh, not bad.
Shows
Yeah.
potential,
You know?
man. Shows potential.
Yeah.
So.
But
He's like, that'll show up.
yeah,
There's a dude from like, I think it's a Division II school that was like, he submitted a letter to the NFL and he was saying he's going to forego his senior season in his college and
Really?
declare for the draft. He goes, no, I cannot bring anything to the team but morale.
Yeah.
But I hope that you draft me off of that alone. I'm a locker guy.
Yeah.
I'm a glue guy. I'm going to keep the team together.
Yeah.
I'm not going to provide anything on the field.
That's kind of tight.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Like,
That's
they
kind
should
of a
just...
move.
It'd be sick if you could just, like, have a...
54th man that's just a
Yes,
morale dude.
just, like,
Yeah.
for spirit.
Yeah.
He's the guy that brings the good news.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
guys.
like a mascot, but he's part of the,
Yeah, like
he's
every
in the
team
locker room.
and-
He's suited
this-
up and everything. ready to
Yeah,
go.
like he's
The
got a helmet and
salary.
everything. He's got a number.
Yeah, the
But-
salary is like $100,000 or something.
Yeah.
Just enough
Bro,
to get
sign
you out
me
of
up.
poverty.
For real.
For real, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
2,
I would...
4, 6, 8. Who do we
Yeah. Bro, I'd
Yeah.
be in
Bro,
there,
I'll be
dude.
cheerleading all you want.
Yeah.
That's how Caleb from Sunday Conversation came about. He was like the UNC
Oh.
quarterback,
Yeah.
and then he became like, I think his senior year, he wasn't the quarterback. He was just like the morale guy.
Yeah. He was like the quarterback coach's assistant.
Yeah.
But like kind of brought everybody together.
Yeah, he was the vibe, and now he does the Sunday Conversations with
Yeah.
like everybody
awesome.
you know.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
a cool job. Yeah, I prefer that instead of getting killed each week
Fuck.
on the field. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my
I've
god.
been seeing a lot of the college players. I've been seeing a lot of the college players like on TikTok that's coming out. And, like I saw one where it was an NFL player though. Man, his whole like body was just blue on his arm,
Oh,
where
yeah.
like just showing how bruised and beat up they are. So
Yeah.
no. I'll sit on
wow.
the sidelines gladly. No thanks.
Yeah, no
100%,
joke.
That's a
man.
beat.
I wonder what water boys get paid, like in the NFL,
Like the
like hydrations assistants
the
or whatever they're
Gatorades
called.
people?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably I think there's a little bit more to it than just doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably towels and
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some behind the scenes stuff too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't think you're
something.
just squeezing bottles. You know what I mean?
But imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine getting
I'd
like
apply.
$50,000 a year just to be the official Gatorade
Yeah.
squirter. That's our like water
Gatorade squirter.
Yeah, it'd be like, dude,
Aggressive.
I mean, like,
well, that's
we're not
calmer
pouring
down.
it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well,
is. They're
I
always
think-
like,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, bro.
I think that most of them in college are all the college students like sports
sense.
medicine.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
like
I mean?
Cam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. Took
I-
long enough.
It took a second. I was
Cam's
trying to put it
hurting.
together.
He's
I
literally
was
right
trying to
behind
put
you.
it together. But I think it's all their students. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so they don't
makes
have to
sense.
pay them. Well, I guess they don't pay. Never mind. It's okay.
Something.
Yeah.
Imagine being that guy, but that's your pride. He's like, man, from 04 to 06, the Panthers weren't thirsty.
Stayed hydrated.
They sucked on the field, but they weren't thirsty.
Yeah. They were
Nah, dude.
hydrated motherfuckers though.
How do you see the playoffs going?
No clue.
Yeah.
No clue, man.
Dude, see, what would have been spicier is if Alabama lost, and I know I'm a Bama fan, but if they would have lost and then beat Georgia,
see that
they would have
lost
dumped
team.
everything.
Yeah.
2-loss team, beat Georgia. You can't put them in,
Was Bama only
but
one
you
loss?
can you take Georgia out?
No, I don't think you take Georgia out. I think if you beat Georgia, I think you got it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but
unless
imagine
you're
if-
like a no-ranked team that somehow.
Yeah, like Georgia Tech in their rivalry game would have beat them. Then what?
I mean, well, they would have definitely fallen.
Yeah.
They would
But
have fallen to like 5.
Yeah.
Like the best one-loss team.
If that
would
would have happened, they would have had to beat Alabama in order to get in.
Yeah.
I think.
But then what if Bama beat them?
But also
It's a lot of
the
loading.
thing is rivalry games are so hard to fucking.
They are,
They
dude.
are. You can't put a
Auburn
like a
was 6
number
and
on
5.
those.
I think ranking goes out the window. Like only
Oh,
when
100%,
When it
yeah.
says like, Florida State versus Florida or like Alabama Auburn or
Yeah.
the rivalry games, bro, it's out the window.
I
It's
think-
anybody's game at that point.
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
if you look
even
at
Georgia Tech was up for the first half, I think, of that game.
Yes.
Like,
Now, I will say this.
and Washington State was up against Washington. Like, all those games
Yeah.
are just. It's hard to count that for anything.
I will say this, of the big teams that are left, the best second half team in the nation, I think, is Georgia. FSU is good, but like
Yeah.
Georgia fucking slaps. And then I also think Michigan is one of those they'll do hot into the second half, but like the second half and on.
I think Michigan's a powerhouse this year, man. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
really do.
I mean, when you steal and cheat, it's pretty easy.
There's just so much shit.
And you don't
around
have that
team.
hard of
a
It is
schedule.
so hard to fucking. It's
I
like,
know.
woo! Like, I don't know. It's hard to.
I have a friend that's a Michigan fan. Keith,
Yeah.
But no.
Keith?
It's Keith.
Yeah, Keith, you suck.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Dude, they have the easiest schedule.
Yeah.
They play like all high school teams and then Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
But dude, I like Michigan too, so it sounds like I hate them.
Yeah, I like them, but it's like if they played someone harder.
Yeah, I
they'll
hate
be a-
Ohio
a
State.
Yeah.
12 or 13.
I hate Ohio State. I'd rather Michigan win.
Oh yeah, 100%. Are you Ohio State over Michigan?
I was rooting for Ohio State in that game.
Yeah,
okay.
because you're an FSU fan.
Well-
y'all SUs always suck dick.
Well, I also my thing too is with all the surrounding stuff with Jim Harbaugh and having Ryan Day.
Ryan Day is the Ohio State.
The Ohio State coach has lost the last 2 games against Michigan.
Yeah.
And they were like, it could have been because of the sign stealing stuff. And so I wanted to see if, like, okay, is this actually what the fuck is going on? Or did he, you know
I think regardless of the outcome, it's like those rivalry games. It's like, somebody will catch a number a couple years in a row, but you will look back, like, say you got the 4th game in a row, and you'll be like, yo, we've been dominating for like 4 games. No. A lot of those plays are like up in the air. Could have went either way.
But Ohio State, that's the first time they've lost 3 times in a row to Michigan in like 60 plus years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Or something. I think it's even longer than that.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. They've always kind of been back and forth. And so the fact that he's lost 3 in a row to Michigan, not looking so hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's me looking for new jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine
Kinda
being
tough.
an Ohio State player and you are junior going into your senior year. You're like, we have one more chance.
All right. Imagine losing all 4
You've been
years
all
to the
part
same
of
team.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've been
God.
all part of the last
Good
3
Lord.
years. Oh, that sucks.
Dude,
Yeah,
also,
no.
if you're Michigan, you have to pull it off this year.
Yeah.
You've made it to the playoffs because they're making it to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way they lose it now. Like, how could they? Unless NCAA was like, you're out of here now.
Yeah.
Like, you have to pull it off. But how do you pull it off against Georgia? Because I assume you make it into the national championship game because if Georgia beats Alabama, for sure staying 1. If they lose, then it's up to debate who the fuck is going to be number 1. Probably Michigan then. But because Michigan, 2, just beat number 3, they might bump them to 1 just for shits and gigs.
Because,
And then who do you play? Alabama. It's who ends up 4th. That's the hardest part to predict.
is.
Is
That's
the
who's going to be
thing,
4.
I think it's hard to. It's such an SEC driven like thing now. I feel like it's hard to keep.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep Alabama out of
What's
that.
tough is if I think Alabama's so beatable, but if Jalen can just get loose out of the pocket and run, I think the very last game why Auburn was so close is there was a lot of times he broke the pocket and he didn't run. I think he was told not to run so much. Because there was a lot of
Jordan
opportunity.
Travis last week, they were like, all right, let's fucking calm her down.
Yeah,
a
y'all
little
see
bit."
these ankles?
Yeah,
They're
you see
fucking-
what happened to his leg?
Snap it and snap.
Chill a little bit, yeah.
It's tough, dude. I don't know.
Did you see they apparently somebody brought up the thought of outlawing the hip drop tackle too, the one that broke his leg.
Oh, where you just drop your weight?
You're like holding and you just fall.
I've always thought
they're
that was
trying to-
dangerous, but it's so hard to outlaw certain moves because sometimes it's literally uncontrollable. Say you got him, and the motherfucker just was
Runs.
way faster than you thought. You're like,
Yeah, man.
Well, it's like at some point it's not football anymore. You know what I mean? Like
I
put
get
flags on
get
and play
targeting
flag
when it's
football.
like crown to
if your
crown,
head. If you're.
but I like the whole side to side is not a. I like that because then it's like human nature. You might remember the very last second to be like, oh shit, I got to turn.
yeah.
You know, but when we were all playing football growing up, they were like head on, tackle that mother,
Yeah.
truck
Put your
him.
head down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it is like.
Everybody's relearning the game.
It's just one of those things. It's like the further and further we get on, it's the less and less football it is. I feel like.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
less
if-
contact, yeah.
If you
Yeah,
want to be a
it's
little
just-
more critical too, like Alabama last play, that could have been pass interference on us. He did push off, but they're also saying in a game like that, you don't want the ref to decide the game because they could have called that just because of the push off. But there's more like flagrant type calls that you're like nobody even got called anything on that.
Yeah.
So it's like
Well, there was the first play of the game when Ohio State was running it back. Alabama face masked the dude and ripped his helmet off. The first play of the game, and they didn't call it. And I
you
was
said,
like,
Ohio State.
no, Alabama ripped Ohio State's helmet off, or not Ohio State,
I'm wrong.
Auburn.
Oh, okay, I was like, when did they play
Alabama
this
ripped-
year?
no,
I watch every game.
My head's all fucked up.
Yeah.
But an Alabama player
Yeah.
ripped homeboy's helmet off and like face mask or whatever, and they didn't call it. And I was like, oh
Yeah,
fuck, here
and
goes this game.
I saw that and I was like,
I was like, this is not gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you even heard the announcers and they're like, this is at Auburn and the refs didn't call it. They're gonna get them back on that. They'll let
But
them
they're
have
not
something.
Auburn refs; they're Alabama refs.
Oh, the away team is the refs? Mm-hmm.
I did not know
Still,
that.
they're going to see that and be like...
Still.
They're going to see that
That's the Alabama fan in him. But still, though. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm a ref, I'm going to be like, we're going to have to let them have something back, right? Yeah, don't call it something.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude.
No, I think they evened it out with the... I mean, the 2 touchdowns I think they called back were pretty...
Yeah.
I think they were blatant.
That was enough.
but I think they were blatant. Like, you're like, okay, yeah.
It's like the refs are like, this is getting a little too close. You know?
Yeah. No, it's... Yeah, college football this year is gonna be is
stressful.
going
It's
crazy,
fun.
dude.
I like watching all the post though of fans. Oh, dude, that's the best.
Oh, dude.
That or I went out to eat the other day and like it was a game on and like I remember just watching the entire restaurant. They were just like glued to the TV and any play man was like, ah! It's like
It's chaos,
God.
but it really it's chaos, but it's like so fun.
Oh yeah,
it's so fun to just like even just watch all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's good shit.
What are you a big fan of?
Just in general.
Yeah, like is it what sport and what team?
Who are you?
Well, I mean, I'm a Florida fan for sure for college football, but I don't really watch pro football that much.
Yeah, me neither.
I always thought that like, I mean, and football is my sport over any. I played baseball growing up. That was my big like hoorah. Yeah, you know, my bones broke way too easy. My mom's like, "Oh my God, no, we don't want you to break your arm." I still broke my arm like 3 times each, but baseball was my sport.
Golly, dude.
From football or baseball?
Baseball, man. I never played football.
From baseball?
I'm sorry, no.
Crazy.
He's hitting it with his arm.
No, let me rephrase. I'm sorry. I didn't break it during baseball, but like I played baseball growing up. But no, I broke my right arm 3 times growing up. Yeah, man. I was, street
Bradley
kid.
Martin and people just fucking.
No, man. I started breaking my arm as though like I was still in diapers, like 1 year old. My grandmother tripped me with a water hose. It was my first time.
Sick.
Broke my arm. So like a
up.
lot of my baby photos are with a little cast.
And you always looking weird at your
Yeah,
grandma.
but also like
She's near.
Yeah,
Like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
But no, then and my second time I was running through the house. I tripped and fell, and I hit a wall, broke my right arm. And then my third time on my right arm I was getting down the trampoline, fell, broke my arm that way. So yeah, man, I've always broke.
Dude, like got brittle bones, huh?
His parents are
He's
like,
got
"Who let him out of the room?
brittle
No, they're
Go
like,
put him back in the shade."
I know they were always saying like, "You need some milk," but like,
Damn,
man, I drank it like
dude.
crazy. I just always snapped my bones. So, but I mean, I was a hefty kid, so like falling on it, I'm sure it had something to do with it. So. But yeah, so baseball was my sport. I didn't really play contact sports that much because of the whole bone brittle thing. So, but yeah, baseball, but I always enjoyed watching football. Football was fun, but I wasn't a big NFL guy. I feel like the passion was out of it. It was just more about a paycheck.
I feel like that is my same reason why. It's like, but when you watch like 2 or 3 games in a row, you're kind of like, all right, I get it.
I think it's just like it's almost to the point where it's like it's perfection almost.
Yes.
I know that's
It,
like,
there
for
is-
example, I watched.
So
I
professional.
never really have thought about that, but now that you say that, it's like it's almost not fun because it's down to a fucking T.
Bro, it's so time. Like if they know they got like 40 seconds, it don't matter if they've had 10 minutes to get the ball down there. They somehow magically can pull it out of their ass cheek and it's like, oh yeah, we got a 40-second drive. Let's fit 8 plays in 40 seconds. Like where was this at the other 3 fucking quarters?
What I
a
will
good
say
point in general.
about what I will say about pro ball is the last 5 minutes of any NFL game, the score is gonna be pretty close, and one team is gonna be scrounging to, and that's the best. That's the only time to watch. You know what I mean? The last 5 minutes is because there's gonna be 15 scores somehow in the last 5 minutes, and everybody's gonna be playing out of their ass when they haven't been the last 45 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, but it is kind of that like. They've got it all dialed in now where it's just not fun to watch anymore.
There are some confusing things about pro to like college and to high school. In high school and pro, you can have headsets inside of your helmet. But in college, you can't. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Also, they have these new little...
Oh, I've seen that.
For the like deaf or hard hearing kids.
Yeah.
It shows the play on a little eyeglass in front of them. 2 things. They might become blind.
College, bro. That's what I'm saying. That motherfucker breaks off, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, you think somebody ain't just trucking your ass and just the thing just shatters and there's like also for blind people. Like that's the play now. It like vibrates on you or something. All right.
Oh no.
Also, in college, you cannot like overly celebrate something, but in the NFL, you can literally shoot a small movie.
That's very
If
true.
you perform a touchdown, you can film a small movie and
you can you can get calls for that though.
Yeah, you can, but like
and fines.
Fine,
Really is
in college football, if you go just a little too far, they flag you. Meaningless flag, really, because it is on the kickoff. Nobody ever returns anything on kickoffs anymore because of all those rules. But like, I think college should be when you're able to cut it loose and like get it out of your system. Yeah, because it's
professional league, you need to be professional.
You're literally a super teen. You're almost an adult fully. You're still doing dumb shit like, you know, crazy shit in high school. What they do, you know. I don't want to say shit, but you know, they do wild things in colleges.
Crazy college stuff.
But then
none of us went to college. We're like, they must be crazy.
One of those crazy stuff.
None
of us went, but it's crazy.
Like, damn, that's crazy.
I'm just thinking of like when you get into the NFL, you're like,
I think
privy
NFL
to like big
do.
money things. Like, yo, we got a cocaine thing going on there. Flip a couple $100,000.
I think NFL stuff gets more crazy than college stuff. Like college stuff, yeah, you're gonna have fucking house parties and people are gonna, you know, party their asses off or whatever. But NFL is like you're buying $1 million cars and, you know, private jets and all this shit. Like that's where it starts to get a little
in college,
bit.
I feel like you're way more. You have access to the audience because you're basically the same age as every audience member.
Think about it like this though. This is my thing is like in the past 15 years. Think about all the players that couldn't monetize in college football that didn't make it pro. That
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Like think about the ones and like for example, what's a girl? I know I'm gonna get called out for this, but the girl that's at LSU that's like
he knows her.
Fucking loaded.
Oh.
She's
the gymnast?
Yeah.
Livy Dune?
Something Livy.
Yeah.
Starts with an L, I know that.
Yeah.
Insane. She can't even go to school anymore. What's up?
And
how the fuck is she in college if she can't attend school?
Yeah. We went to LSU for this like live podcast, and she had her own merch in the store. Like I didn't even know about. I was like, "Who is this?" And he's like,
"Make sense."
Oh, that's like a TikTok girl.
No, it's insane.
It's insane. I mean, hey, no hate on her. I respect her grind.
Yeah, for sure.
Hats off.
It's like they had to shut down a one of their gymnastics meets because the
dude jacking off in the stands.
Probably something like that. But they had so many fucking people loaded at the front doors of the place that they had to shut down one of the meets because she was going to be there.
It's nuts, man.
Yeah.
But the craze for her, but yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like, but I remember the days where it's like, if you were even considered talking to like recruiters and getting like any pay or anything, it was like, oh fuck, like you risking your entire professional career,
right?
Hell, your school, would
your school gets fines, scholarships pulled and shit.
Now people are like, oh fuck it, let's sell merch for the college students and like bank it, and now they are like schools are raking it in. So,
I get the understanding of like back in the day, like the reason. I say I get it, and I also don't get it at the same time. Like, you got a scholarship, so that's why they're saying, like, you can't do that. But say we're all three on the same team. Mm-hmm. You're most popular, you're second most popular, I'm not popular at all. But you guys are getting people to ask you, like, can I get an autograph? And you guys can charge money. I can't get an autograph. Like, nobody gives a shit, won't take my autograph for nothing. I can't even pay them. Mm-hmm. But we all got free rides.
Yeah.
Why can't y'all just make that extra money? What is so fucking against the rules about that? Yes, we all got free entry into the college.
Yeah.
But if you guys can make, like, pocket money, like, say we're all fucking dead broke getting into the school. We're just athletes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why can you not just get, like, yo, I can't eat this, like, week, this month, whatever. I can't even, like, you got free dorm, I guess, at that point. But, like, ramen.
All your stuff is...
But what if, like, restaurants... Because they would even get in trouble for restaurants, like... Yo, your tab's free here. I can't exactly do that.
Yeah, they weren't even allowed to do shit like
Which
that.
Which is weird as fuck, because, like, how do you even monetize that? What if the dude's like, you're popular at a bar downtown or something, he's like, your money's no good here.
Yeah.
How can I get in trouble for that?
Yeah.
I didn't do that. He did that.
I think a lot of that was done, but I think a lot of it was done on the table.
I know.
You know, like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it was. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I mean, my God. But, I mean, I know players that are from Pensacola that have done that. So it's like, it's like
for sure.
But I don't know, man. I think they should be in my defense though. I think college students should be able to make their bread and capitalize on their brand as soon as they go to college.
I think college football should be run like YouTube. If you're popular enough to blow up, why can't you make your own money off your own likeness?
And that's the thing too, is I don't think people understand that the huge population of college athletes that actually are going to make it to a professional level is a tiny percentage. Yeah, so why would you take away... Like, I understand they're going to college and they should be getting an education. That's great. They should be focusing on that, right? But if this is their height, this is the height of their popularity, they're not going to the NFL or professional.
Or what if they don't want to?
Why are you not making this a success story for somebody that's attending your college that became a personality that brought a lot to the school? Like that stuff never made any sense.
I think they're slowly opening up to that now, and I think colleges are. I mean, let's talk about, like, for example, the Taylor Swift and the Travis Kelce. How the world, not just like Taylor Swift fans or like football fans. I mean, the entire fucking world has went crazy over this phenomenon of like I was literally on the treadmill earlier. It was like, breaking news: Taylor Swift has moved into Travis Kelce's mansion. Who gives a shit?
They moved in.
I mean, like she's taking. Yeah, I know. She's taking a break from tour. Don't relax.
Relax, guys. He's probably like, I need help with rent, bro.
Yeah,
you're a billionaire.
Yeah,
but it's like that. It's like people are seeing like the way that the NFL money has just been poured into in the last month since the whole Taylor Swift thing. I think it's going to slowly start moving into college, and colleges are going to see how much personalities are bringing in money, and they're going to be like, oh, shit, we've got an athlete who's a personality online.
Yeah.
So kind of like we were talking about, the glorified water boy, hey, they may not be the best athlete, but if they're a personality online already, that may be a pulling point for colleges to be like, hey, let's bring you here. You know?
Imagine if you get recruited to be a water boy.
Or just recruited to be like a football player, but like personality.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine being
Bert Kreischer out there
for the water boy position. How do you become the recruiter for that position? That's what I want to know.
Let me see how you fill the ball.
What are
yeah. Let me see that squeeze
What's
one
your time?
The audition for it? Good Lord, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm dead. Oh, my word.
They're getting tough. Like, speaking of, like, them not possibly making it to the NFL, you guys at FSU had a player that was like one of two in history ever. This was like maybe 8 years ago. I want to say his last name was like Roley or something. But he like was like graduated at the toppest, like academically. And he was like the best defensive player on your team, but he had no desire to play NFL. Like, it was his senior year, and he got flew into, like, the last game of the season or whatever because he wasn't going to make it because he was taking, like, exams or something. I can't remember his fucking name, but I was like, that's wild. And
this was at FSU?
Yeah. They were given, like, a player profile of him, and they're like, he doesn't talk. He has no social life, really. He just is about his academics.
There's been a few players recently, man, that I've noticed is, like, they're retiring at, like, early age. Like I say, retiring, like they're my age there, and then they're retiring. And
like Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that may be who I'm talking. I can't.
He retired at like 28 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he made like millions and millions from the Colts, and then he was like,
"All right, I'm out."
Yeah, I value my brain, so I think I've done what I need to do, and I'm out.
He got his bag secured, and now he's just gonna go live a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I wonder if people like that get into good money situations where it's like, maybe they know like a real estate firm, and the firm is like, yo, just drop a little money in here and we'll triple it or something.
Oh, yeah.
To help us buy bigger properties, and you'll get return on investment on these things.
I'm completely lost. I was trying to Google something.
No, yeah, they do.
Okay.
100%. No, I mean, that's just investment portfolios is all it is.
Yeah, so it's like...
That's how they get the returns on the money without working.
Maybe you know about this because like I feel like you're a little bit bigger social media than we are. But there's this guy called Keith Lee.
Oh, yeah. Keith Lee.
So do you know who Kevin Lee is from the UFC?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
His little brother, Keith Lee, fought for Bellator.
Okay.
And this whole time, he was doing, like, wholesome videos, and then he started doing, like, food videos and where he would review, like, local spots.
Okay.
He is fucking huge now.
Like...
No. Like,
okay.
He's a bantamweight, so not huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you could... Not take him, but you could like hang out with him. You know what I'm saying? But he reviews food spots, and it will like shut down a business permanently, or it'll like quadruple. Yeah, it'll blow their shit up.
He is who's the guy, Mr. Beast of like I think
food reviews.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, man. Like
they call it the Keith Lee effect.
Yeah. Yeah, when someone like, for example, takes and helps a business locally, they're literally calling it an effect.
Oh,
yeah.
I have seen this
cool,
dude's
man.
videos.
And he's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
He's like a good dude.
The way he just reviews it is so awesome, man. Like, I love it. Like, I could watch his content for hours. It's like, it's wholesome, it's good. Like, he's helping people. Like, that's the best thing about having a platform. Like, I inspire to be like that. Like, that's so cool, man. Yeah. So he uses his power for good, you know? It's not like the bullshit people that's like just trying to do it for
Yeah, I was watching a
reasons,
breakdown. Who was it? Patrick CC maybe did it on him, but they did like a breakdown video of him, like explaining who he was and like why he is as famous as he is. Mm-hmm. And they're like the one time or one of the times that the internet made somebody famous, and it went well. Like they made the right person famous.
Yeah,
him like the Oliver guy where he was like rich people up north.
Oh yeah,
Oliver Anthony.
Yeah, like I'm sure that dude's fine on money, but I'm sure he also didn't even pick up all the money that was just handed to him. He's probably like, I'm good. I just need a cow and a fucking truck.
Well, I think that's a very aggressive just stereotype, but it's okay.
Maybe we
don't need to talk about it.
I just need a Dollar Shave Club or something. I don't know.
A cow and a truck. I'm fucking dead.
Dude, I'm thinking if you're like Dustin, like from our side of the woods, bro, he probably only wants a good truck and like a fucking couple good animals.
Yeah.
Dude, if that's all you're wanting, I would love for that to be like a desire of mine. Have a small farm. Like, I already kind of want that. Mm-hmm. Like, just be able to be self-sustainable.
Yeah. Have, like, chickens,
cows, fucking have a good life. Like Bryce Hall is trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is just, it's respectable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, like, the older you get, you kind of like country a little more. You know,
like you get more country. Yeah, it's not bad. As you get older,
yeah, you're like, I get it. I want to be away from people too.
You know what I have been watching the absolute shit out of is Yellowstone. Me and my girl have been addicted to this show, and it makes me want to just buy 200 acres in the middle of Montana.
You want a really thick jacket,
but I don't want all the drama and the murdering of the people that happens in the show. But fucking dude, yo,
I want
you need to get on that.
Dude,
you need to get on that.
Good. Yeah, it's a good one. I hate that they're ending it though. Like,
I heard about that. I don't believe it.
No, they are. I mean,
dude,
unless old dude's like, fuck it, I can't afford these child support payments. I'll come back. But, like,
there's something.
He's like, I'm out.
There's something to. I read somewhere that like Hollywood shows are doing 5 to 6 seasons now. Like I don't know if you watch You.
Yeah, I tried. Couldn't get into it too good.
Okay, they're doing their last season this season coming out. Stranger Things last season coming out. Like everything is ending 5 to 6 seasons deep. Nobody's doing like these 9, 10.
Yeah.
Unless maybe it's like a literal cultural shift show like Game of Thrones or.
I mean, yeah.
That's an old take. I like it.
Well, yeah, I'm throwing it back to when they were.
Yeah, I mean the shows that I watch are what you're talking about.
Right.
That 70s show, Friends, The Office, Seinfeld.
Yeah, what happened to like those? Like, I feel like if a show did that,
but I feel like there were. I feel like Stranger Things was that to our generation in a way.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So like, why?
But how long can you do that plot? The thing with Friends and Seinfeld or The Office or any of those, you can literally watch any episode, have no idea what's going on, and get the whole episode.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't do that with Game of Thrones. I don't even know what the fuck Game of Thrones is about. You know?
I watched that religiously.
Like Yellowstone.
Do you really?
Oh, dude. I was the biggest nerd ever for Game of Thrones, bro. I'm not even shitting you. The month after my weight loss surgery, no shit. I was like, the new season, I'm gonna binge it. And I watched season 1 through all the way up.
How many are there now?
Dude, I couldn't tell you that, actually.
Are there now?
I think there was
over.
8. I think it's over. But I think there was 8. 7 or 8.
There's a different show now, though,
like
right?
There is.
9 million hours of it or something.
I'm pretty sure I caught up on that, too.
See, it's so much.
It's a cult,
It's
though, man.
so much.
It's like
See,
a cult.
I'm like that now with, like, love shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan at first.
I couldn't do it.
I watched one whole season, and I was like, I love how dirty it gets.
You also like that is the like trashy side of that. Too.
I
like
love
Temptation Island and all that shit. He
I was
likes all
watching
that
it with
kinda
somebody,
stuff. And I'm like, brother.
Look, I was watching Love is Blind with somebody, and they were showing it to me based off of like how good the people were on it, and I was rating it on a different system, and that was how much drama was in the system or how dirty it got. Like, who is fucking who, and who isn't telling us about it? Then they do a reunion, and then they do After the Altar, which is like the post-show season. So they do the full season, and then they'll do like 3 or 4 episodes of like the people that didn't work out all fucking each other. And I'm like, that's the show.
Yeah.
You don't film the first part. You just tell them these are the people that made it, that survived, that didn't get married. That's what we watch.
Right, right.
You love that because they're catty, dude.
I just can't get it. I'm just like, I don't know.
But it's a specific type of caddy. I don't like the Real Housewives. Not shit like that.
I can't do that. No.
I don't like the people that have no real problems making problems. I like the people that are really getting hurt.
Yeah,
I want people
so fucked up. I want to know somebody got fucked in this situation.
Let me ask you then. I feel like if that's the case, this is going to see if I relate to you. Did you watch Jersey Shore?
I did growing up because it was on MTV for sure.
So to me, ever since Jersey Shore, there has not been a reality TV show that I can relate to or watch ever again that will compare to Jersey Shore.
Doesn't hit the same way.
You know why?
But here's the thing, though. That's the same way about Friends and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't hit... Because there are those shows now.
That's true.
There are those shows now.
That's true, but the difference about Jersey Shore was it got to explore the horny side of you that you didn't get to. You're not out there on the boardwalk fucking these random hoes. Yeah. You're like, but I could. I'm that guy. No, you're not. That's why you're at home watching this show.
Everybody's straight up. Everybody's hair straight up, wearing white beaters.
Yeah. Everybody got that dirty side exposed. They're like, I could be that guy. No, you can't.
Everybody got super tan for like a summer.
So Donald Trump took it too serious.
I remember watching my brother like watch the show, and like I wasn't old enough to go out yet, but he was, and so it was like he was wearing.
He's like cabs here.
Yeah, it was the GTL for real for him. It was Jim Tan Laundry, spiked up hair when he didn't have a fucked up hairline like me. Like, and I remember like I can still go on Facebook right now to this day and show you guys photos from like 04. No, it's probably like 06, 08 era, like in that time frame. Where it was like the Jersey Shore was really popping, bro. He's got the same type shirts on, the faded jeans,
the Ed Hardy,
the Ed Hardy, that was
Ed Hardy shit.
The buckle jeans, bro.
Oh,
I was dead. I was dead. It's like, man, but
that was a tough scene, dude. It really was a tough scene. But it's so funny. Back then, that was the absolute shit. That was the shit.
You waited for it. You're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next week? Whose ass is Ronnie gonna beat? You know, like
that and like the Real World Challenge and shit like that. This was like when it stopped being just the Real World, where they were just all living in shows, and then it's like the Real World versus Road Rules, but then Road Rules just stopped being a thing. Nobody remembers that. Road Rules was like a show where they were in a RV and shit. Mm-hmm.
No. Wait. Was that where they were dating or whatever? Or they had to choose? It was like one person had to choose like five. It was like 5 people were on a bus.
No. That's Next.
That was it. Oh man,
what's up? I'm a love show guy.
You remember that one?
I don't remember any of that.
That was some MTV.
That was probably before my time.
But they would get off the bus and it would give you like a cue card of like everything. But it would be like still wets his bed. Yeah, it'd be made up shit. It was like fucking breastfed till he was 4.
Yeah. It was
like,
so funny,
all right,
dude. It was great. I missed those shows. Those were funny. You know they were fake as fuck, but it was just like
Room Raiders. They would date people based off of their room. They didn't know what they looked like. Mm-hmm. You would just be set up at a house, and you'd go upstairs and check out a room, and then based off of the room, you'd be like, yeah, I'd date this person. But you had free access to their room.
I think I remembered seeing that. I think I remember seeing like clips of that.
Or parental control.
I remember.
You remember that?
Yep.
It's like there'd be a couple, and the bad person of the couple had to sit with the other person's parents. So like, it's harder to explain the other way, but they would send their daughter off to date other dudes that are better for her.
Okay. Well, and they would sit there and watch together.
All watch it together. Like we'd be
watching parents and the bad kid?
Yes. And they'd be commenting each other. But it's so fake because the son would be like, yeah, well, she's not a bitch like your mom or like mom or whatever. And dad'd be like, hey, buddy, watch it.
Watch it, pal. And we're like,
what the
like that? It was that exact reaction.
But it was great. I don't know.
I'd be like, bitch, you want to take this outside, bro?
Right? Like,
get this fake going real quick, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. It was
any of that.
But I'm like glad we've gotten away from that, but I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I'm so glad we're away from it. I think times have definitely progressed in a forward motion, thank God. But I feel like, okay, maybe I'm a weird one here. Do you guys feel like TV has went down recently? Like, I guess maybe because of the whole strike thing. I don't know too much about
also,
it.
Also, we're not in the cable world anymore.
Yeah,
we're all in the, like, what are you streaming
I think
now?
that's what, I guess, like, the show, I won't say show quality, but, like,
oh, yeah. Like, the overall writing.
Anything to watch, right?
Yeah, everybody's watching, like, old shit like Kings and Queens.
Yeah.
Or,
that
like,
was a fucking hitter. No.
What was the Everybody Loves Raymond?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, those types of shows were, like, middle tier, but it was like, that's what's on TV. We're watching that.
Yeah.
Life According to Jim.
Yeah.
like all sorts of shit like that.
Yeah.
There's no shows like that nowadays that I feel like The Big Bang Theory got big, but I never liked it or watched it.
I also think now that the whole streaming is everything, right? Nobody, unless you're 60 plus, has a cable setup or whatever, a box,
still got these
and
things.
watches the fucking watches shows like that. And there aren't many shows that come on at a certain time every week or. You know
Unless
what I mean?
it's like Bachelor or Survivor,
right? But even that stuff, it's like a couple of those things have made it through. But I feel like a lot of the reason why it's hard to tune into stuff like that is because you lost the draw of oh shit, this is the first episode or whatever. What's gonna happen next week? And then you tune in next week, and then you're like, oh shit, and then you start getting into it, and then you have to sit there and wait for a week. You know what I mean? Now you can just click.
It kept you in it.
You can fucking sit there and watch the same show for hours.
Yeah.
But I think that takes away a lot of it just because there's not that.
That's true. And I guess that's also the thing. It feels like shows aren't coming out, but I guess it was like they were coming out, but it was so spaced out, like you were saying. Back in the day, we had to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it drops a new season, and I watch it in the first day, and it's like, oh, fuck, I gotta wait 2 more years.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That shit is crazy, bro. You're like when I was introduced to Love Is Blind, it was when the 5th season just dropped. We watched it in weird sequences. We watched 5, 4, 3, 1, 2.
Oh wow!
And I was like, so when did they drop? And there was like 1 a year or something. I was like, so, yeah. So when is the next one drop? We just watched the one that dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
That sucks.
R.I.P. bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. Also shows back in the day like Fear Factor. There was different types of shows. I feel like the different types of shows now are like dancing or singing.
Yeah.
And then it's or love.
Yeah.
Dancing,
Masked
singing,
singer.
or love.
There's not anybody eating cum or balls anymore. That.
Yeah.
Fear Factor was the one and done.
I think they still do that. It's just not on TV.
It's not on TV anymore, yeah.
Different streaming, I guess.
I think that's a different stream.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's I think Family Feud still comes on. And
yeah.
that, and
Watch
Wheel
Family
of
Feud.
Fortune. You know what I mean?
The Price is Right. It's now when the person dies, they just get a new guy.
That's literally what they're doing.
Did y'all ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my!
They're still going,
God,
aren't they?
Are they really?
I don't know. I don't know if they still. They did come back for it. They did do a 1 or 2 seasons recently.
I don't want to be weird, but Whose Line Is It Anyways? Didn't Wayne Brady come out gay?
He did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's gay or bi, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Something like that, and he still does a show, and they're in weird positions sometimes.
Oh yeah.
They
were in a lot of weird positions back
I
then.
didn't
That's for
think
damn
about
sure.
that,
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, hey, let her rip, Tater Chip. He's like, oh yeah, I'll for sure still be on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Dude, do you remember that episode where he did with Chappelle Show? Where he's like, I'm Wayne Brady, bitch.
Mm-mm.
He picked up Chappelle. Mm-hmm. They went out on the town. They did coke and went to the strip club and everything. And then he was basically like a pimp. And he had to get money from one of his prostitutes. You don't remember this? Dude, y'all should go back and watch it. I don't want to do the scene. But he has to get money from one of his strippers. And he's like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see this.
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch.
I'll have to take
It's
a look
fucking
at that.
hilarious.
Yeah,
bro.
I did not know.
Yeah, I don't never saw that.
It's crazy to think people's shit nowadays was inspired by our shit when we were growing up, but all they're gonna know is Key and Peele. They don't know Chappelle Show, which was Key and Peele for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that is somebody's Chappelle Show. Mm-hmm. What is their SpongeBob? What is their
My thing is a lot of those things that for us that we watched or that had an impact on us, they were new. They were breaking barriers of oh my God, this has never been put on television. This is all kind of new shit. And now we've already broken all those barriers. There's not a line anymore. You know what I mean? So there's not that. There's not that excitement of holy shit, nothing's ever come out like this. You know what I mean? Because everything's been done already. So there isn't really that same anticipation and that same amp for it because it's not, breaking the barrier.
Also, it's when a show comes out, it has to be what it is always. So if it is a nice, tight show, that's what it's got to be always. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cuss, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't touch topics. Mm-hmm. It's got to be what it is. Mm-hmm. Or it's like South Park, and it's what buttons can't we push? Yeah. We're pushing all of them at the same time.
At the same exact episode. Yeah.
It's you're one or the other, and it's I feel like people respect the shows that are always that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why The Simpsons are still out. Family Guy's still out. South Park's still out. It's weird they're all animated, but it's like
The Simpsons still going? Can we get
that is insane.
And I'm gonna talk.
What
about
is it like 30-something seasons now?
What about the predictability? Have you guys ever went down that wormhole,
brother?
So
no, it's fucking insane.
I don't know.
Mind-blowing me.
I've seen a couple things where it's like yes they predict, and then I've seen some things where it's like people make the videos where it looks like they're predicting, but it's like years after or whatever.
Yeah.
But some of the shit, like the Donald Trump coming down the escalator, was definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been at least a dozen things
I'm
that
pretty sure
have
there's
been
like over like 20 confirmed.
But
It's like over.
Google real quick. Google real quick how many episodes. When there's thousands of episodes, you're bound to have something kind of be close enough.
True, but my thing is like, okay, like the Donald Trump one
that
though,
literally
like
happened.
they named the motherfucker, and then like I mean, it was him.
35 seasons.
I mean, also talk about seasons. Like, what show is 35?
757 episodes.
That's wild.
I think up until a certain point, the longest going show of all time was Cops.
Sesame Street has 4,666
episodes.
Yeah.
Are they still going?
I guess.
Holy shit!
I mean, now that you think about it, though, like, where can you even watch The Simpsons? Where's that?
Fox.
Is it on a streaming platform?
Yes.
No shit.
I think actually you can watch it on Disney.
It
Disney
is
owns
on Disney
Simpsons.
Plus, yeah. Fox, Hulu.
Which is insane.
Didn't they actually? Didn't The Simpsons call that as well about like?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think I know what you're like. I vaguely remember seeing something on that
about Disney buying.
But this might be adults making. Well, obviously it's adults making shows, but like we were kids and we're like, how could they have predicted that? We're gonna predict things that 12-year-olds are like, how could they have predicted that?
I know, but
like you might see Walmart or Amazon. I bet one day owns a lot more than they do now. A 12-year-old's probably like, what even is Amazon?
Yeah, but I think, I mean that definitely probably has something to do with it. But even now, looking back at it, 15 years ago, looking back at some of the stuff.
Oh, there's no doubt it's insane.
Wow.
There's no doubt.
I don't either.
Like some of it's exact on
it's fucking the Illuminati or something.
Yeah, bro.
There's some shit going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Men in Black.
What of your shows growing up or now do you feel like is one of the things where you're like, people wouldn't expect this as my shit? I would say Love Things, but I talk about that shit so much.
Yeah, you're big into them.
I love like the 90 Day Fiancé, Love Is Blind.
Ooh, I got a good one. I don't think people would think of. Whale Wars. You remember Whale Wars on Discovery?
With the big boats and they would blast the pirates and shit.
Yeah, the Chinese or Japanese they went to go kill whales and said they were for research.
I have never heard of this.
Were using the stuff for other things, and they were quote unquote in international waters, but all the whales were protected. And so this organization called Sea Shepherd had like 5 fucking boats, and they would go and follow these ships so they couldn't process any whales or kill any whales. They had like 8 seasons or something. But I was like a die-hard Whale Wars fan. Watched it every fucking Friday night.
That was Deadliest Catch. That's what I was thinking.
That was another hitter.
Deadliest Catch, yeah.
Ooh.
Storage.
The original ones.
The OGs. Our OGs.
Monk was another big one.
I never got into that one.
Fucking loved that show when I was a kid.
I didn't like that guy as the guy because I saw Along Came Polly. Or no, what was the one where he was with birds? Maybe it was just called Polly. I'm pretty sure that was that guy.
No.
Maybe. I don't know if it was.
Along Came Polly was Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
You know?
For me, I mean, okay, so I think I kind of said it earlier, Game of Thrones, but like I'm a fucking nerd when it comes to like some old school like Game of Thrones, like 300 styles show. Like, I don't know why I've always liked.
So you probably watched like Deadliest Warrior.
No,
not American Ninja Warrior.
You're talking about
the one where it's like Warrior versus Warrior.
Yeah,
they would break bones.
Did you ever watch that shit?
Gelatinous guys.
Yeah. Where they would like,
and you'd be like, oh yeah, and it was like an ancient
warriors. Or
yeah, it was like
ancient.
It would be like a soldier from like one against another.
Yes.
And they
from 2 completely
it's
different
like
time
King
periods.
Tut versus Bruce Lee. And
that was another fucking.
Like, yeah, sure. Israeli soldier is stronger than U.S. soldier. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Like, what?
Yeah, they had flaming balls they threw at each other.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, they had some crazy shit, man.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I like that. But no, I just always watch like the nerdy like Game of Thrones, like the old school dragon stuff. Like I don't know, I was just a nerd for it. But interesting enough, I could never watch Lord of the Rings. I never got into it.
It's a lot of walking.
I didn't. Yeah, I tried. I think I watched the first one.
It's like mall walkers before the malls existed.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they just were walking out and about.
Going. Yeah.
Before real buildings existed, not in mountains.
It's pretty good. I think that's pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah,
they just kept walking. Yeah, I never got.
They're like, where are we going?
Alert.
They're like, I don't know. I was promised a ring at the end of this.
Yeah,
like that's just a marriage, is what you're describing.
Yeah. No, I could never get into that shit either.
Yeah.
I was a big Harry Potter fan though.
I didn't watch that.
Big Harry Potter fan.
I was over 20 years old.
Dude,
Really?
But then I was obsessed.
Yeah.
After that,
this was crazy. My very first movie I ever remember going to was Harry Potter 1. And I sat down in the movie theater in Keystone, or actually in Stark. It's like a outside town, that one that had the theater. Mm-hmm. It's an hour away from where we were, and I remember getting the popcorn and sitting down, and it was like up because we were so close. Yeah. And I remember going like, and falling asleep 5 minutes into, waking up to like the big noise at the end. I can't remember what happens at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch it again until I was like 23. So there was like I think it was the last movie.
No way.
Like so the second half of the last movie.
Hallows Part 2
came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's over?
Yeah.
I'll just watch the thing now.
That's what I did, man. And like at the time, like my ex-wife was like, all right, you should watch this. And so I'd never watched it. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's see what it's about. Bro, obsessed. To this day, I swear on my life, I still want to go to the Wizard World and spend like 3 days there and just enjoy it. I don't know why. I'm going to turn into a kid again. And
it's still one of those movies that I can throw on. Like, I can throw on any of them and be like, like dialed in on it. I love that.
Who is the dude that's Kylo Ren?
Adam Driver.
Somebody had threw this out, was like they should do a prequel to Snape before he got older.
Yeah.
He looks just like that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Like that
especially dressed up as Kylo Ren and whatnot. He does.
Yeah. Like they should do things like that. Like there's a lot they could still play around with the original Harry Potter. Like I know they're doing like the Wizardly World.
Yeah. Like
other ones.
What is it called?
The
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
I've watched those. I just they were okay.
I don't think
that's what I was
saying.
saying. Like,
it's
okay.
Watched them on flights to get through my flights, and it was just like, this is
it's not
memorable.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be Dumbledore, right?
It was,
or is it?
It's. I mean, he's in it, but I don't think it was Dumbledore. It was it's like a cousin or some shit. I can't even. That's how unmemorable.
I don't know either. I just remember that Johnny Depp was like the villain in the first one, and then he did a bad thing, and he wasn't in it no more. Amber Heard said some shit, and they were like, "He did what?" Yeah, but he had like one eye different, and his hair was white. Like his eyeball was white, and I was like, "That is a sick villain."
Yeah,
and I was like, "What happened to him?" And they were like, "He's a different person now."
Like, did you hear about the whole thing?
Yeah,
like, what thing? Yeah.
So in the